Hi everybody, hi dear students, welcome to my channel. Today's lesson is about how to form and how to use the simple present in English. So simple present, formation and use. I am Mr. Ngom, as usual, your English coach. And before I start the lesson, I want to ask you to subscribe to my channel, to like the videos and share them. So, part 1, the simple present formation. So, in this first part, we are going to see how to form the simple present in English. And we are going to divide the verbs into two groups, auxiliaries, be, have, and do, and full verbs like to eat, to open, to close, to drink, to get, to sit. So we have auxiliaries and full verbs, two types of verbs. The first part is auxiliaries. How do we form the simple present of auxiliary verbs? Be, I am, you are, he is, she is, it is, we are, you are, they are. Have, I have, you have, he has, she has, it has, we have, you have, they have. To do, I do, you do, he does, she does, it does, we do, you do, they do. So here is how we form the simple present affirmative form of auxiliaries. Ordinary verbs, also called full verbs or lexical verbs. The formation is subject plus base form. What is base form? Base form is infinitive without to. So base form is infinitive without to. So you have full infinitive and you have base form. Full infinitive is to play and the base form is play without to. So to play is the full infinitive, play is base form. To eat, the base form is eat. To drink, the base form is drink. To write, the base form is write. To speak, the base form is speak. So in this lesson, we are going to use only base form, not full infinitive, okay? So subject plus base form. I play, I eat, I drink, I write, I speak. Simple present. So subject plus base form. To play, I play, you play, he plays, she plays, it plays, we play, you play, they play. So subject plus base form. To eat, eat, I eat, you eat, he eats, she eats, it eats, we eat, you eat, they eat. So to form the simple present in English, it is simple. Subject plus base form. But be careful. As you can see here, we have here S, S, and an S. Here also eats, eats, and eats. Why? We use the base form, but we add the S at the third person singular. He, she, it, and their equivalents. He, she, it. So everywhere you have subject plus base form except at the third person singular where you add S at the end of the verb. Okay? He plays, she plays, it plays, and you pronounce the S. In French, we don't pronounce the S, but in English, you pronounce. He eats, she eats, it eats. So, we normally add the S at the third person singular. He sleeps. He is one person. The dog barks. The dog is one animal. The baby sleeps. The baby also is singular. The engine starts. The engine is singular. The teacher explains. One teacher is singular. We add S. The referee ends the match. The referee also is one person. It is singular. So when you have singular, one person, one animal, one object, one event, so third person singular, add S. Is it alright? She to speak plural exercise. Modu and astu to speak plural. The wind to blow. The students to read the text. So here I will ask you either to put S or not. Will you put S in number 1, speak? Or will you put S in number 2, speak? Will you put S at the end of blow? Will you put S at the end of read? Depending on the subject. In red, she, is it singular? Modu and astu, is it singular? The wind, is it singular or plural? The students, is it singular or plural? If it is singular, add S. If it is not singular, don't add S. And do not use the to, because we need only base form. So let's go. Number 1, what do you propose? She. Okay. She speaks. Speaks because she is singular. Number 2, modu and astu. 2 people, 2 persons. Modu and astu. Speak, there is no S because modu and astu is plural, it's not singular. The wind. The wind is one thing, so there is S. The wind blows. The students is plural, no S. The students reads text. Some particular cases, we say that we must add S, but there are some particular cases where you don't add the S, but you add the ES at the third person singular. Example of verbs ending in go, to do, goes, does, at the third person singular only. Okay? Double S, verbs ending in double S, to miss, to mess, to kiss, and others. So, misses, messes, kisses. Verbs ending in CH, to watch, to cut, to fetch, to match, etc. So, watches, catches, matches, etc. So, you add the ES, not only S, but ES at the third person singular. It's okay? Verbs ending in SH, to fish, to finish, to punish. Okay, fishes, finishes, punishes. X, verbs ending in X, to fix, to relax, to mix, etc. So you add the ES, not only S, fixes, relaxes, mixes, taxes, etc. Boxes. Verbs ending in Z, to quiz, fuzz, buzz, quizzes, fuzzes, buzzes. So you add ES. So I repeat, the simple present is formed with subject plus base form by adding S at the third person singular. But some words that don't take only S, they take ES. Verbs ending in O, in double S, in CH, in SH, in X, in Z. And verbs ending in Y. But be careful. Be careful. Verbs ending in Y are divided into 2 groups. Some of them end in Y, but the Y follows a vowel. And the second group is verbs ending in Y, whereas the Y is following a consonant. Group 1, to buy, there is U before the Y, a vowel. To destroy, there is O before the Y. To stay, there is A before Y. To pay, there is A before Y. To obey, there is E before Y. So when you have a vowel before the Y, third person singular, okay, you add the only S. He buys, she buys, it destroys, he stays, he pays. So you add the only S when the Y follows a vowel. Group 2, when the Y follows a consonant. To rely, it is L. To try, it is R. To cry, it is R. To copy, it is P. To deny, it is N. So when you have this kind of verbs, the Y disappears and is replaced by IES. Relies, tries, cries, copies, denies. It's alright? So the Y disappears in group 2 and is replaced by IES. Exercise. Put the following sentence in the simple present affirmative form. My wife to see the doctor on Thursday. The students to go to the library on weekends. The mechanic to fix the car engines. On Sundays, my parents to take me to the zoo. This boy always try to impress girls. Put your hand on the pause button. Take your pencil and a piece of paper and do the exercise. Yes, come on, correct. My wife sees the doctor, there is S, my wife is one person. The students go, there is no S because students is plural. The mechanic fixes, mechanic is one person. On Sundays, my parents is plural, there is no S, take. This boy always try, IES, because try is following a consonant. Simple present forms, meaning affirmative form, negative form, interrogative form. So we have already dealt with affirmative form, negative form now. Auxiliaries. I am not, you are not, he is not, she is not, it is not, we are not, you are not, they are not. This is revision. I have not, you have not, he has not, she has not, it has not, we have not, you have not, they have not. I do not, you do not, he does not, she does not, it does not, we do not, you do not, they do not. But in this case, we will only need this do, negative form, after. Negative form, do not plus base form or does not plus base form, depending on the subject. I do not go, he does not go. So negative form of ordinary verbs is formed with do not plus base form or does not plus base form. To know, I do not know, or I don't know, contracted. You can say I do not or I don't. You do not know, you don't know. He does not know, he doesn't know. She does not know, she doesn't know. It does not know, it doesn't know. We do not know, we don't know. You do not know or you don't know. They do not know or they don't know. So you have the choice. Either I do not or I don't. Both are correct. This is a simple form. Here on the left and on the right you have the contracted form, and you have subject plus do not plus base form. Subject does not base form. Exercise. Put the following sentence in the negative form, simple present. My wife to see the doctor on Thursday, the students to go to the library on weekends, the mechanic to fix the car engines, Usman to do his homework. On Sundays, my parents to take me to the zoo. This boy try to impress girl. Once again, put your hand on the pause button, pause the video, take your pencil and a piece of paper and do the exercise and come back. We correct together. Are you done? Okay. My wife does not see. There is no S because we have does. I said does not plus base form, no S. The students do not go. The mechanic does not fix. On Sundays, my parents don't take me to the zoo. This boy does not impress girl. Okay, so does not try to impress girl. Here are the right answers. Congratulations. Interrogative form. Auxiliaries. Am I? So this is inversion. I am I. You are you. Is he? Is she? Is it? Are we? Are you? Are they? Auxiliary have. Have I? Have you? has he, has she, has it, have we, have you, have they. To do, do I, do you, does he, does she, does it, do we, do you, do they. Interrogative form. Do subject-based form. Do you speak English? Does subject-based form. Does she speak English? So auxiliary do subject-based form for the interrogative form of ordinary verbs. To know, for example, do I know? Do you know? Does he know? Does she know? Does it know? Do we know? Do you know? Do they know? And don't forget question marks. Don't forget the question mark. It's very important. To understand, do I understand? Do you understand? Does he understand? Does she understand? Does it understand? Do we understand? Do you understand? Do they understand? Okay, so auxiliary do subject base form, no S. Exercise. Put the following sentence in the interrogative form. My wife to see the doctor, the students to go to the library, the mechanic to fix car engines. On Sundays, my parents to take me to the zoo. This boy always try to impress girl. Once again, put your hand on the pause button and go to your copybooks and try to do the exercise. Okay, this being done, let us correct together. Does my wife see? Don't say sees. You have already does. Do the students go to the library? Does the mechanic fix car engines? Do your parents take you to the zoo? Does this boy try to impress girl? Don't forget question mark. Wonderful. The simple present use. Now, when do we use simple present? We use the simple present to say that something happens repeatedly, regularly, normally, often, always, or never. It often occurs with phrases of time such as always, never, often, sometimes, and usually. So whenever you see these words, quatrième, troisième, normally it is simple present, because this is repetition, regularity in the action, as well as every summer, on Fridays, after midnight, etc. She often goes to bed after midnight. This is example. She often goes to bed after midnight. So going to bed is a repeated, a regular action. Simple present is used for habits. Mr. Sek drinks tea after breakfast. This is habit. Ida does not eat fish. It's habit, simple present. They watch television regularly. This is also habit. So simple present is used for habit. It is also used for repeated actions or events. We catch the bus every morning. It's repetition. It rains every other days in Kedugu. It's also repetition and habits. He calls his wife every night. This is also a repetition of action, and simple present is better. It is used for fixed arrangements. His mother arrives tomorrow. Our holiday starts on the 26th March. Okay, so when something is scheduled, a timetable, this is also simple present. For general truth, water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius. So this is general truth. Okay, this is a truth everywhere you go. For example, camel's milk does not curdle. Camel's milk does not curdle. Everywhere you go in the world, camel's milk does not curdle. The earth revolves around the sun. The earth revolves around the sun is also general truth. People speak English in the USA. This is truth. Okay, general truth. Everybody knows that in the USA, people do not speak Wolof or Chinese or Japanese. They commonly speak English. The president of the USA lives in the White House. This is also general truth, okay? So, habit, repeated action, fixed arrangement, and general truth. Alright. The present simple is used to talk about texts, novels, short stories, newspaper articles, films, or plays. For example, the movie described life in the ghettos. For example, Boys in the Hood is a very famous movie. And Boys in the Hood describes life in the ghettos. So Long a Letter in Silonglet deals with Senegalese morals. So Long a Letter deal with. So when you talk about movies, short stories, and films and novels, so we very often use simple present. We also use the present simple or simple present to describe a series of action. Example, when giving information or instructions. How do I get to the station? First, you go along Blaise Diagne Street. You walk for about 10 minutes, then you turn left. Okay. Here are instructions that I'm giving to someone, and instructions use the simple present. Keywords: simple present. Often, usually, sometimes, always, on Mondays, on Tuesday, on Friday, on Tabaski days, on Gamu, on Magal, every week, every morning, rarely. All these expressions for 3e, 4e students are often used, okay, for the simple present. He often goes to bed after midnight. Sometimes our teachers speak polite in the classroom. I always reread my copy 3 times before giving to the teacher. On Sundays, she pays a visit to her father in Sokone. So all these 4 examples, have keywords. So before you stop this video, I am going to inform you that in my channel, Ibrahim Ngom Attitude, you have already these lessons, city life versus village life, reading comprehension. You have also already online since 4 ago, okay, lesson and quiz. You have also online English verb tenses, formation data en anglais. If you want to check it, go to my channel, Ibrahim Ngom Attitude on YouTube, subscribe, like the video, and share them. You can also visit my other videos like models overview and more than 50 videos online. So thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourself. Goodbye. It was Mr. Ngom.